Hello and welcome to Be Powerful with Liz and Lee. It's a new day and we're so glad you're here.
So you can expect to hear candid conversations on what it means to be powerful. Live authentically, live in the midst of ups and downs, productively, and above all else, joyfully.
We are so thankful for you, our community of listeners, and we hope you enjoy today's show. Hello, Liz.
Hello, Lee.
Hi, everybody.
We're glad to be here. We changed locations.
Let's talk about this for a second.
Yeah.
Tell me, you're the zhuzher.
I didn't judge that well today. I was under the gun. It was a shit show today. Oh, started out the podcast with, the 4 letters.
We tell the truth, the whole truth.
Nothing but the truth.
Why has it been in what show?
Just it's summer and do you have a fever blister on your lip? Yeah, you're in the camera, by the way.
What is that?
I don't know.
No, you know what that is? I just drank out of your water bottle that's covered in lipstick, and I got it all over my lip. Do I have a fever blister anymore?
Once again, if you haven't seen us on YouTube, this would be the day
to watch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Back it up. It's been a day. We're now podcasting. You zhuzhed.
Yeah.
What'd you do? If you're watching this, we've left the blue room. I need to get closer.
Yeah. Okay. We liked being live the other day, right?
That was fun.
So we're going to do that a lot more because the plants are not that entertaining. They don't give us the energy. They're trying. But so I zhuzhed up. We had a guest planned and we had to cancel that. So Lee and I looked at each other a minute ago and went, what should we talk about today? Besides the fact that we're going on a big old trip here in a few minutes.
We could do that. We could definitely talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
I think people are getting settled hopefully into summer. Most clients walking in the studio are kind of like head spinning with schedule and kids, and it's close to 100 degrees and gas prices are $1 million and our pets' heads are falling off, but we're good.
Here's the thing about working out. Can we go there for a minute? Since that's what we do best. Well, I don't know. Do we actually work out? Are we still
do we
best?
Do we still have a workout?
The best workout? Or are we just the best? Shoot the shitters.
No, both.
Good.
Yeah.
So I love summer. So I ran into one of the clients, just a regular one that was just there all the time before COVID, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, it's just so hard to change the habit. I've got this habit." She goes, "But then I run into y'all and I'm like, wait, I want to talk to you." So I think we're all still kind of rolling back in and out of what we're used to be doing. And, being home is nice, right? So, just so you know, those of you that are still at home, we're still online and we're still doing the streaming, and we're also doing the Zoom, which is kind of fun. And we're doing live classes solid all the time.
With even some more summer hours.
Yeah.
If you haven't hit the 7 a.m. or the 4 p.m. yet, that's some newness.
Are we going to do that thing with the streamer deal? There's going to be a fancy streamer deal coming up.
Stay tuned for that.
We don't get to talk about that yet.
We could. We're currently doing June and July, the summer sizzle. So if you were working out in studio, on Zoom, across the ocean, at the beach, whatever, in your backyard, you can take a picture of yourself or the workout or your equipment. I know a lot of you don't like to put your face on Instagram. Take a picture, tag Hilliard Studio Method, hashtag Summer Sizzle. We're keeping track of that. The person who does it the most times wins a $400 gift basket. So
that's nice. And they're always good things.
Yeah.
Well,
but we can tease the streaming thing. Yeah. What we're going to do in July next month is for a new client streamer, you'll all go into a pot and one will be chosen. And guess what you're going to win?
What? What? Oh, I know. I have an answer.
Okay, go.
A whole year of streaming.
Yeah,
for free.
You get a year of free streaming.
Yeah. No, that's a fun thing. And that's really, really good thing. So, and it's outside of Charlotte, by the way. We are doing it outside of Charlotte.
No, it's any new streamer.
Oh, it's any new streamer.
Any new streamer.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Good to know. Owner of business, finding out the news as I go along.
We just discussed this in our meeting today.
As needed. That's what they go. They go, we're having a meeting. And I roll in. I guess finding out now on the podcast is good enough.
Right? That's good. That meeting was really funny. So first of all, we had a great pop-up in the studio. Prim's, a clothing store,
cool.
Brand new out of Winston-Salem. You met Amy, the owner, and she came to the studio.
She's coming back tomorrow.
We cleaned house. By the time this airs, no, it's over. We'll do it again. But she was in the small studio. We had class going on. Carrie, director of operations, she needed to nurse. We needed to have our meeting with you and me and Abby and Carrie. So we get in Carrie's car with the AC. I'm like wedged between her two back bucket seats, basically sitting in a car seat. Abby's off the plane from Paris. Like, does anybody have a fourth cup of coffee? Yeah. You bring your granddaughter Aubrey because you're helping with her today.
That's the Hilliard Studio Method family plan. That is the way we do business. It's a family. It's family and business equal. It's not family first. It's not business first. It's just all equal. And I love the fact that at any given date, someone, remember when Clary did that too? Someone is always breastfeeding. And there's always these like machines and bottles of milk in the refrigerator right beside all the things you can also buy.
Just don't grab the wrong one.
It doesn't seem to bother our clients. I think it's great.
I think it's great.
And Abby, Miss Parisian Abby Bruggeworth, she's quite the Parisian girl. She rolled off the plane hot. Yeah, she's like, oh.
It's a good time.
But
we're going to trade places with her. So I'm going to move it along to this. After this recording, the end of this week, we are headed on vacation over the ocean for the first time in a couple years to Italy. And I couldn't be more excited. You?
Are you kidding me? I may not come back. As a matter of fact, we're probably going to podcast from there.
I know. We're going to give it a go.
We are going to give it a go.
We're going to give it a go. And so what I want to ask you, because you think you're just going to slide away without me asking, what are two things you're most excited about our trip to Italy? Be specific.
When the wheels go up on the airplane is always my favorite moment. But honestly, that's not the Italy answer. But I mean, aren't y'all all the same way? I mean, aren't we all the same way? I get on the plane and, the bags are finally literally and figuratively off my back and in some compartment of the plane. And then you go down the runway and you get your little glass of champagne if you're us. And the wheels go up and you go, and we're good. So those moments. And then, food, wine, seeing places we've never been before. Traveling with you, Lee, is such a treat because even though I've been to Tuscany and I've been to Florence a couple of times,
you haven't been with me.
I haven't been with you, and we're doing things like cooking classes, and we'll keep you posted on that. And we're doing. I just love this place. You've got us on the other coast. Like Lee and I've been to the Amalfi Coast before.
Right.
This is the other side.
Nope.
Okay, I always say that, but it's not. It's just not the Amalfi. Where is? Anyway, let me explain it the way I explain it.
Okay.
It's a incredible resort on an island, correct? Sort of an island.
I mean, it's connected by land. You literally drive. Porto Ercole. I mean, it's a little tiny village that's on the coast.
But
I think that means like the port of Hercules, by the way.
Perfect. I love that. Right. Anything with gods and goddesses, I'm going to be all over.
It's West Coast, but like halfway in the middle of the coast on the western side of Italy, 2 hours from Rome. So we wrap up
Do we
there
sound like we're
and we
showing
drive
off?
to Rome. I hope not.
Yeah, we're not.
I'm just excited about
I am so excited.
Going somewhere. I'm thrilled. And I asked you two things you're excited about, and that just bled into this. I don't know what.
Okay, I'm excited about wine.
Wheels Up and Wine. Are those
Wheels
your
Up
two
and
things?
Wine. Wheels Up and Wine. And
that's two things.
But there's more. Just okay. Are y'all the ones that you go cheap on the plane and cheap on the lodgings and then do the things? Because you and we do the reverse. We like to spend ridiculous money on flights, ridiculous money on the greatest resort hotel rooms because we love the process of getting to where we're going.
Yeah.
And the process really starts with that airplane. I love it. I love being on the plane and and everybody says, don't drink because you're going to feel really bad when you get overseas. I have always drank on the plane. Never get drunk, but like maybe 1 or 2 glasses of wine.
Well, I mean, you start, in the evening if you're going where we're going on a long haul flight overnight. Right. And so it's just fun and exciting. So yes, we have a glass of the champagne, wine with dinner, and then we try to get sleep.
Lots of hydration. Yeah.
And then we try to get sleep.
We try, but then we end up watching movies.
It's so fun.
Laughing and, it's fun.
We'll be just fine when we get there. We're not very disciplined about that.
But I think you need to, you pick your places to be disciplined. My place to be disciplined is pretty much life. I mean, I'm moderate. I might make sure that I'm, not I'm not killing myself, but overindulging all the time. But on vacation, I'm excited about the hangover. Anyway.
Well, that'll be fun. So those are your 2 things. Do you want to ask me 2 things and then we can go back to whatever you have in your brain?
I want to do my exercise too.
Okay, well.
All right, what are your 2
right
things?
Now we're still playing a game.
What are your 2 things you're excited about for this trip? Besides me and stuff.
She asked the same question.
Oh, I'm not supposed to ask the same question?
I mean, you can.
Okay, well
you could give it a little more effort.
Give them a little more stuff. What is your favorite way to decorate my house right now? I don't know. I hate these questions. Okay, we're going to have to scrap that one.
No.
Okay.
So are you asking me 2 things?
I never give this any thought.
I'm not asking you to give it thought. I'm just asking you to play.
Play.
Lee, look at me.
Lee,
what are 2 things and then fill in the blank?
Lee, what color are my eyes?
No, what are 2 things?
I have 2 eyes.
You notice about me. Make it that.
Okay. What are 2 things you notice about me?
Oh my goodness.
All right.
Maybe 2 things I'm packing or reading for the trip.
Okay, Lee, give me 1 thing you're going to read on the trip.
Okay, but are you going to do the 2 things?
I'll do the second thing in a minute.
I like to follow the rules. Okay, 1 thing I'm going to pack for the trip.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got a new Stanley Tucci book called Taste.
Oh.
We know Stanley Tucci, right?
On CNN, he's doing the thing. If y'all haven't watched him on that, he just rolls through Italy eating drinking. Italy. It's so good.
I haven't caught up on the second season, but he's incredible. The book is called Taste because I'm pretty sure he did have tongue, throat, mouth cancer.
He did.
Okay. And now he is back, with full senses.
He's an incredible man.
And so Italian American, I was like, I'm a foodie. I'm going to get that to read. So I'm super excited about that book. I have everything else on my Kindle, but I wanted 1
I have
hard
the second
copy.
Question.
Oh,
have the second question.
This should be wonderful.
What are you going to come back, do you think, right now from Italy with? That's like a layup question, right? Answer it.
What am I going to purchase?
No. Like you're going to come back with some inspiration for food, right?
That was a great
that was really more
rhetorical question.
Really more like, is this the gift you're going to bring to me from Italy?
Yeah. So interesting point. Actually, when I was at the bookstore buying Anna's summer reading for school and my travel book, I ran into my friend Ashley Kimball from the studio, and I was talking to her about cooking class in Italy. So she's gone, she's done that. And she said it was the best pasta she's ever made. She came back and wanted to buy the pasta roller.
I don't eat pasta.
Hang on, I'm telling a story.
Right, keep going.
Everybody eats pasta in Italy. I don't want to even hear it.
Going.
I don't even want to hear that kind of comment.
I will.
But she said you get so excited there that you're going to come back with this passion for making homemade pasta. And no, you're just back at your house in America.
That's
you can't find the right flour.
You bought Muller's.
Yeah, what are Muller's?
Muller's noodles at the Harris Theater.
Muller's?
Last time I shopped for noodles, they were Muller's, right?
I don't know what they are now, but I would love to go.
No, the point
is, no, she doesn't eat pasta in town.
No,
clearly,
no, unless now and then. But I'm not a pasta girl.
What if I make your love sauce?
I eat it like my life, arms, legs, and limbs and head depends on it.
So I want you to notice this about yourself. You say absolutes. And then you actually practice way off of that. Way off of that. Like if I'm
but in my mind, I don't do that. And then you make love sauce and I'm like, wow.
How could you not do that?
We got to get the best pasta in the house ever. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
How could you not go to Italy and eat pasta?
Yeah. So I do like pasta. I just don't eat it very often. And when we're in Italy, we'll eat it and we'll probably learn how to make it. And then you'll come back and we'll have to start another business because we'll be big as a barge.
Big as a barge. I think we should just enjoy the fruits of your business.
Yes, I agree. Right. The fruits of my business. And that's going to get us through. Speaking of, plain. One of the things
plain wine.
We drink a little wine. We drink a lot of water, And we move a little bit on the plane. I have to, or I just like seize up like the Tin Man, right?
That's a good visual.
Yeah.
I'm teaching Sunday morning before we go, so that'll be good for me.
Maybe I'll go in and take it.
I think you should.
I probably will. That'll be the last time I do Hilliard Studio Method for a while.
So then we're out for a couple weeks while everybody here is holding down the fort.
Right.
So
you got all your star trainers in there. Don't worry. You're not going to miss us a bit.
Not one bit. And follow along. I'm sure we'll post like crazy, but I've gotten all my work done for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, no,
I'm super
really
excited.
impressed.
I'm not going to
really
do that kind of work. I'm going to get inspiration.
Yes. And that's what we do. That's what we're going to do. Everybody go wherever you're going on vacation and be inspired. Yeah. Do those things that do those things where you don't make a plan and just stuff comes into your head and you go, wow, I know I could do this. You know, those things, just those visuals that happen in your head. And that's what, when traveling to any other place that I haven't been before, I just imagine the people that live there and what are their daily lives like, and what were those daily lives like years and years, hundreds of years ago. It just turns me on. I love it. So
no, totally. I mean, when you go to a country that's steeped, a lot.
Well, Florence, the Renaissance capital of the world, all the art. I cannot wait to see my boyfriend there, David.
Taking my first trip to see your boyfriend.
You are.
He's got stiff competition.
He literally is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. The statue of David is literally the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I'm sorry I'm looking at you because you are really the most beautiful thing. And so many other things are. But as far as a piece
that is your favorite
sculpture, artwork, I was brought to tears. When art brings you to tears, you've found your art. For sure. I don't think I'm the only one that feels that way either. David's pretty popular.
He's pretty popular.
Yeah.
We have our tickets to make sure we go in time to see him.
And Lee and I, we're not big museum people, but we went to Paris one time. We spent like 15 minutes in the Louvre, and
it was quick.
You kind of lost your shit, but
it was your fault.
That. Anyway.
I did. So we're going to try again at both of the museums in Florence, see David, and the Accademia.
Right.
Don't speak Italian.
Right.
Let's try. Do you know how to say good morning?
Buenos.
Oops, back in Mexico.
Wait, that's the nighttime.
Now you've got me all messed
Bonsoir.
up.
No, that's French.
That's French. Buonasera.
Buonasera.
That's one.
Why are we embarrassing ourselves?
Noche.
Buenas noches is at night.
Okay. There's one more.
Yeah, we're going to be great at this. So we'll practice up on that before we go.
Like a typical Americans bumbling through.
So how's everybody doing in this heat and in this possible vacation time, and the kids are all behaving and,
all up in your grill.
All up in your grill. You're going to have to do some of those relaxation, breathing, Hilliard Studio Method exercises to get through some of this stuff, right? That's what we've been doing.
That's what we've been doing.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, no, I haven't. I just keep going.
Yeah.
I mean, that's easy to let happen. And then you have to bring some mindfulness back to what you're doing. But I do think...
you think people are rolling into summer going, I need to? Or are
like
they rolling in because you just went, I need to bring some mindfulness. So you just made mindfulness a project.
Yeah, I think
instead of mindfulness just being going, and I'm stopping. That's mindfulness. And I'm stopping. I'm stopping the thoughts.
Got it.
And I'm just going to be here.
Mm-hmm.
It's sort of like I go through phases in my life where I go, oh God, I need to start meditating again. I don't give myself credit, and neither does anybody else, that when you're sitting on a beach somewhere or in the mountains or in the woods somewhere and you're just being there, that's meditation. Right. And that's when all those good things come to you.
Yeah. No, that's a really good point, because my fix it mentality is a forward moving process. And exactly to your point, that mindfulness and centering and meditation comes back to not really doing anything necessary. I mean, just stopping instead of saying you're going to do the next thing. Just up.
Well, it's just really hard to just, and I try, but you know what? I'll also realize that I've got the monkey brain, like all of us do, and I just keep letting it do its thing. And then in between all those monkey brain thoughts of the different things that flow through my head, I observe the observer. The observer is the one watching the monkey brain happen. So I go, oh, no wonder that's so interesting. That is an interesting thought, but we're not here now for thoughts.
Right.
We're here to watch.
Right. So do you feel that as a physical separation?
No, I feel like it's a soul separation.
Okay.
I mean, it's just when you're being yourself, you're being into your soul and you're mindful. The mind, I don't know what the mind is. The mind's not the thought. The mind is just sort of this, I don't know what it is. It's all of it. I think it's the melding of those. The mind is the heart, the soul, the all of it. But the brain, the mental thought is what really gets in our way, right?
Agreed.
Yeah. So if we can not push them away, but just sort of put them in a compartment, and that's why for me being in nature, and I think for a lot of people being in nature, and kind of because right now, one reason we changed rooms is we're staring outside at these beautiful, ginormous oak trees, right?
My favorite,
and that sort of centers me, a little bit.
Totally, I get that, and I think why I asked is because I think that you're a very visual person. So when you talk about that separation, it's like, do you see yourself from a different place visually?
Yeah. No. Do you ever look down on yourself? I do.
I feel it. I don't see it.
Yeah.
As much as I
like
think you may.
When we're walking through, the last time we were on our trip, one of our trips, and it's usually in Europe. I didn't feel it so much when we were like in Mexico or something. I don't know. Mexico's a different adventure, but Europe for me is like, I'm looking down, like maybe I've been there a few times, and I don't want to get too, weird about that. But I look down at myself, and go, oh, and there you are. Isn't this great? Isn't this great in the 21st century? This is different, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah, I always think it that way.
Well, I mean, I do. I don't think that's very woo-woo. It's just who you are. That thought that you've been here in another life, present as a different physical body walking around the earth. I feel that.
Yes, you do.
Well, and just because of the time period of when, America was established only a couple hundred years ago versus Europe, I think that's why any previous life we feel we've had was probably
Aren't you proud of the Europeans? They've made so many mistakes, and they continue obviously to be making some big mistakes, as we know, and far be it from us Americans to point the finger, but they have really worked to hold on to their antiquities and their beauty, and they don't go with tearing things down very lightly. They really, it's fun. We had the exchange student that lived with us one year, and Clary was an exchange student in England, and he came to stay with us for the summer and just a little bit into the fall. And his house was older than our town.
Sure. Yeah. Of course it was.
It was just like, oh yeah, that's lovely. And I remember we took this group of English students, and they were from Scotland, the British Islands, down to Charleston. They were like, it's hot. It's very hot. It was actually August. We took them to Charleston in August.
That was just mean.
And they're from the British Islands where the high is 70 or something. And they were like, so what are we looking for again? They were looking for history. That was really current day. For them, it was like, oh yeah, the 1600s, cool. That's good. That's good. The classroom I'm in next week, it's St. whatever they go to school in, is probably
older than that. Yeah.
So it's just interesting.
Okay, so Clary, I've always thought this interesting, and maybe this is commonplace, but I never had an exchange student. It happened at my school. I never went anywhere. But her was a male, like a boy.
Sure, I loved him.
And did they do that a lot? Mixed genders?
Oh yeah, this is and I'm not going to talk about Clary. If she wants to come on and talk about that, she can.
But I'm not asking about that. I'm just saying.
A country day, Charlotte Country Day here in Charlotte. They've always done that. It's boys, girls. We had another guy. There was only two guys that were together, and the others were a guy and a girl. And there was, don't trust me. There's no mamby-pamby going on in my house.
What is mamby-pamby?
If you're intimating that 17-year-olds can get into.
I'm not really, but I mean, it's a point.
It is a point. It is a point.
I mean, you're throwing something on the table.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was a fascinating dynamic. I think that the kids, the people, the humans, because they're really pretty mature. If you are going to be pulled into an exchange program, you're pretty mature, and you're
there for the right reasons.
There was never that I knew of any issue with any of that. I mean, there's probably a different story for everybody, but we had a great experience.
That's great.
And he was a guy, and I just thought he was adorable.
I know.
We're still sort of in touch. Andy, you out there anywhere?
Well, I remember there were a couple things that he was kind of shocked about.
Oh, I just
coming to America that he hadn't seen. I can't remember.
Well, I just loved this. We had, a washer dryer. He goes,
"Oh yeah,
you've got a tumble dryer on your second floor." I was like,
right.
Yeah, we do. And everything was just like the very first, morning. I remember he sat down. He goes, "Oh, this is lovely. Do you have any? What was it, Marmite or something?"
Yeah,
I had to go and do some shopping.
Oh,
but it was really fun and educational. And
I love that. And I think you've really just honed in on. We can talk about how we travel fancy or we're so excited and lucky us. But I mean, I think the whole part of being in someone else's space, country, language, culture helps bring back that childlike awe, that joy, that inspiration. It doesn't have to be fancy or otherwise. It's just out of our daily routines or daily bubbles, out of our heads and our worries, and to put yourself somewhere else where people are going through a million different things and respect a different place and bring that curiosity to the table is the whole point of travel, of exploration, of adventure.
And that's one thing. I just get cold chills when you say that, because my best trips have not been the 5-star resorts. Well, some of them have, okay? Some of them have. But I remember before I could afford to do anything. And I remember going to Europe and staying. We were going to go for a week. We ended up staying 3 weeks. We had no reservations. It was just me and my daughter. And one night we spent the night above a pub. I had a 14-year-old. And you might go, wow, what a terrible mom. But no, what a great adventure.
Sure.
First of all, I made sure I did everything I could to be a good parent and be safe. But at the same time, it was an adventure, kind of talking to people. And I remember being in a place in England called Avebury, where they have the standing stones, like the stones at Stonehenge. These are even cooler and older.
Right.
And it was July, and the wind and the rain was driving sideways, frozen. And the only place we could find was a pub right around there. And I went in, and the guy just gave me a shot of whiskey. Again, I've got a 14-year-old, and he gave her a cup of hot tea, and we ate bacon, which is like big old slabs of ham, and hung out and talked to the locals all afternoon. And I got a little bit of a buzz, I've got to admit, because I don't drink whiskey.
Sure.
And Clary was like, okay, we're here.
Got it.
Guess we'll be spending the night here.
Yeah.
It was fun.
And that's the adventure. And think about that. You remember that and have that memory very vividly.
Oh, yeah.
Among the...
That was not... that was... I didn't pay for admission.
Right.
And one of the other things, do this in a foreign country or in a foreign state. Heavens. I got a car, which I love to drive.
Yes.
We always get a car.
Such a good drive.
But I drove out of London in a straight drive with the straight drive on my left. Okay. Remember, we drive on the other side of the road.
Wait, was your right foot on the clutch? How did the pedals work?
Totally opposite. And the very first thing I could get behind the wheel, I'm in downtown London, driving out of London into the countryside. We are lucky. We always died so many times, but what we did was, all I remember was us laughing until tears, just laughing. And that's fun.
That is fun.
Of course, with gas prices right now, it might be expensive, but doing fun things like that and not having some kind of master plan.
Yes. See, that's how I like to roll, is some things, if you're going that far to places that you may not ever get to go to again, is kind of how I look at it. Places are known for certain things that you want to try to immerse in or see. For instance, we're definitely going to go to the museum and see David. Right. We know something you love, etc. But everything else, we have that rule, like,
yes,
you can cancel.
Everything gets canceled.
You can scratch.
Even
and
if the money's been spent. It can
wander around. Wander around.
And we started, so where our body clocks are happy, you started.
I don't know. This should be interesting because you went to Italy and we were not us, but we were friends. And
I remember this.
You were on this rhythm that I was like, oh my God, you would sleep till
noon.
Okay. Maybe sleep till 10 and do your coffee and breakfast
Be ready
till noon.
Yeah.
So you missed like the bus going to all the cities. Yeah. And then you were up at like midnight doing the whole like chips and olives and wine thing. I'm like, oh God, I don't know if I might try to get a little closer to being on local time.
I've done that a couple of times. You can just stay on American time.
Sure.
Especially if you go to Spain or somewhere. Barcelona they don't even start dinner until 11 p.m.
That is true. I mean, European
really don't.
Things start
and so
later.
It actually works in our benefit to go that way instead of them coming our way. So we I intend to get on the Italian time, sort of.
We will report back because we are let's do a podcast while we're there.
Yeah, we will. We'll and I've been sneaking into her plans. We've got some really cool plans that
What do you mean sneaking into?
You have some surprises that I've already found out. Like,
oh, now you know everything.
I know everything.
Yeah, I think you do.
Okay, cool. We'll keep you posted on that.
That's awesome. So wherever you are and wherever you are traveling or staycationing, take a moment to turn off.
Or just enjoy it.
Well, right.
How do you say that right? I mean,
I think there's multiple ways to say it. Number one, enjoy, right? So go with an open mind, an open heart, and see what you can stumble upon. Number two, also cut off at some point, right? Everybody's busy running around, like whether or not it's phone, technology. Yeah. I'll see if I can keep you off yours a little bit.
Can I just tell you this, my new thing? No, my new thing.
Reels.
It really is. I'm not even on TikTok or any of that. I just like Instagram Reels. They just are so much fun. So now I'm realizing I'm like, like one of those people that's like, I'm going, I think I could make a reel out of this. And at least like an hour later, are we going to actually do something? Or are you going to actually just be making
just be
reels,
there?
Right.
Well, I think the part of it, like when you start, how the music plays over and over? Yeah. I have to leave the vicinity. Yeah. I mean, I'm so thrilled that you have an artistic outlet that suits your soul and makes you happy. And
they're not that good yet. But if you do check me on Instagram, you let me know. It's Liz Hilliard, HSM. Because I just started
shameless
plug. I just started doing it. And I think some of them are good.
I'm proud of you. So there will be no shortage of Italian content.
Yeah.
God knows.
Yeah, we'll see. And but yeah, at the same time, putting that down. I mean, like just putting the phone down, but you got to take your pictures, right? We have to take our pictures.
Pictures are fine, but I need you to be eyes up.
Eyes up.
Yeah,
that's
eyes up.
Good point.
I know you can always make reels after the trip too.
That's right. No, then they're not real reels.
I know.
I mean,
just trying.
All the influencers do like, and I get a kick out of that. They're like, and here I am. Okay, here's a pet peeve. I've got a pet peeve.
Okay.
Ready? Okay. And I'm going to offend everyone because everyone does it. But here's the truth. When you're taking where's my phone? Here's a phone. This is
Could you talk into your microphone?
Here's a phone.
Okay.
And I'm going to go. And you see your phone. You see your phone in the pictures. These people are taking selfies
into a mirror.
And then they post it.
Right.
Am I the only one that thinks that looks stupid?
Oh, I'm not going to comment. I'm pleading the fifth.
Okay, because we are offending everyone we know, aren't we?
I don't know. I mean, do your own thing. You do you. That's something you're not going to do personally.
Oh, no, I would not do that.
Right. So that might work for other people. That's one thing we won't see you do. So I'm sure next week when she's trying on some Italian leather, there will be a dressing room selfie. I don't call those selfies because it's like you're taking a picture of yourself in a mirror. So
but you're looking at yourself and you can't help but look sort of self-vacuated.
How do your photos look of yourself?
But I'm not, a selfie is a different thing from looking in the mirror, looking at the phone. I don't know. Those bother me.
Okay.
Those bother me.
It can bother you.
I need to talk to people about that. The people that do that and like influencers do it all the time and they are apparently doing all right.
I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, it's just my thing.
I'm glad you aired that.
I'm glad you
got that off your chest.
Yeah, that was bothering me.
Okay.
Still bothers me. I'm gonna call up a couple of them and talk to them because I know who they are.
You do that. And I'm going to read my book.
Yes.
Okay. And be
what are you gonna read?
Fine.
Second question.
Well, the Stanley Tucci taste book.
Okay.
And then
I don't have a book yet.
There's one on my Kindle I started at the beach, and that's been like 2 weeks, and I don't even remember what it's called. And that's why the Kindle bothers me because I can't remember the name of the book because it's not in my face.
You just go in your library, recently read.
I know.
That's all you do.
Okay.
Because my
It's
Kindle,
not that hard.
mine's on my iPad. So for the same reason, I mean, you can't carry all those books with you on a trip, right?
Right.
And I do love a real book. But,
I know.
But right now, I am sort of like in between. You
You got to pick some.
I got to pick something.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I started, at the beach, I was reading Pat Conroy again, but I keep rereading books I've already read.
Yeah,
so
you
we
were
need
rereading.
we need
There's
some,
lots of fresh
there's
content
fresh
out
content.
there. I think you just load it up.
I love a
have
good
it ready.
writer.
Because we are staying at places where we are going to be lying by water, and you need to have a book.
Yes.
Because otherwise you're going to get antsy and like want me to run around the pool.
I'm a little bit more like rolling with a toddler at times when I don't have a lot to do.
See, because do you think there's a tie into this of phone and like our phones, the immediate gratification, the constant scrolling? I think you are losing focus ability.
You think this is a new thing for me?
I think it's been growing.
Oh, really?
I do. I think it's hard for you to sit still.
I don't think it's because of the phone.
I do.
Well, then we'll just test that out, because I've always been that way. I am not one that can just sit around. I mean, it's like,
well, there's nothing wrong with it on occasion.
Yeah, but I mean, at least I can walk around and get in the trees or something.
Oh my God. No, but my point being, I haven't seen you like sink into a quiet space recently. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just noting that. And I'm wondering if the search for the next thing is kind of on your mind. Also, physical movement is your thing. So I get that part of it.
These are good points.
Thank you.
I am disagreeing with you, though.
You may.
It's not because of my phone.
Okay. Well, good.
Yeah. It's not because of the reels. It's not because of the reels.
The reels.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah. And this is the other thing. I haven't gotten on TikTok because I'm afraid of it. Because I know I'm going to like it so much.
I'm afraid of it for you.
And then I will become like sucked in.
A TikTok superstar.
No, I mean, maybe. Wouldn't it
you could.
I'm not sure how I would do that. Because
TikTok granny.
TikTok granny. What's all that nonsense? But no, I feel like it would be like Stranger Things, like on Netflix, getting sucked in.
Do you think we're going to finish before we go to Italy? I don't think so.
If you all aren't watching Stranger Things, it's so good.
It's good.
It's so good.
I hate scary things in science fiction. Hate's a strong word. I don't tend towards that genre at all. And so we started watching it because Clary said it was awesome, and it's got a super awesome 80s vibe. Clothing.
Really good 80s vibe.
All of it. Music, hair. That part is really good. It is a little scary, creepy, but because the story's so good, and the
acting is so good, it's so smart. Aren't you all craving something smart on TV? There's so much dumb stuff. This is a smart,
it's good
thing on Netflix called Stranger Things.
You were missing Winona Ryder. She's back.
Winona Ryder. I'm telling you, she had that little shoplifting incident, and then she went off the radar. I mean, come on, she's over that now.
Yeah. She looks great. She's all good.
She's like 51 years old. She's rocking. She looks great. And I don't know who the guy is in with her, but he's just amazing.
All the kids are good. It's good. So watch that.
Yeah.
Stranger Things. Let us know. Stick with it for a minute. We've gotten kind of hooked.
You have to get to the third episode. Just go just
season or third episode?
Third episode.
Got it.
Yeah.
On that 1, 2, 3. Okay, good.
Yeah.
So Stranger Things, travel, movement, reels. I don't know. What's the takeaway today?
So the takeaway today is that we had a day to just be me and you again. We had 2 interviews lined up.
Right.
And literally the shit show happened.
Yeah.
Today was a tough day.
Yeah.
Not for then. Just a lot went on with business. A lot went on with personal, and
all is well.
Heck yeah. And we're just we're dealing with life, and when you deal with life, you have plan Bs, and you enjoy plan B. And I'm kind of loving plan B right now.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. To our boys that our interviews didn't work out, we're coming for you. It's just going to be.
We were the ones that canceled on them
Italy.
too. We were like,
yeah. We're like, hi.
Hi, by the way, we are not going to be able to do
in
this
a
today.
Professional move. Scratch that.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
No, but we loved the podcast last week in the studio. Thank you, everybody who came, who watched. We will do that again in a little while.
Give us feedback. And if you're the 19-year-old on YouTube that said that we were lame about abortion, thank you for writing that down. We just love any kind of a comment. Lee was like, oh my gosh, look at this terrible comment. And I'm like, whatever. He disagrees with us. That's good.
There we go.
We're going to have a whole lot more to say about that pretty soon, because while we're overseas, all kinds of hell's going to break loose about that. And I've got an episode in my back pocket for that one.
Good. I'm looking forward to it.
Me too.
So we're going to go wander and miss everybody, and hopefully send you some good vibes and come back inspired and all in.
We'll send you some good reels too.
There it is. There it is.
So thank you guys.
Thank you.
And
happy summer, safe travels.
Yeah, everybody.
Keep up the good work. Keep moving.
Keep working out. Keep doing the streaming. Keep doing the in studio. Keep just doing. Keep you being you and making sure your body feels good, because when your body feels good, you feel good. Is that true? It's true.
That's true.
Yeah.
Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks for listening to us today, wherever you get your podcasts. And remember, you can now find our podcast on YouTube.
Yeah. If you liked it, please share, rate, and review. We love 5 stars. And we hope you'll work out with us online or in studio at HilliardStudioMethod.com.